Good. How are y'all?
Coach, get a statement on.
Everybody good?
We ready to go?
Great win on homecoming here. I want to thank everybody for showing up, covering us. Also want to thank our crowd. I thought they were loud early. I thought they got into it. I think our game management staff did a great job, pumping some energy into the crowd. Always Sound of the South and our spirit squads, they do a great job. And just want you to know, speaking for not just myself but our whole program, we appreciate those people. Program win. Y'all have heard me talk about this before. It's very similar. Feel very similar to this win that I did in the bowl game. We got a lot of people that are out that didn't play for whatever reason. We've had some attrition along the way, and for our team to step up and play like they did today was really impressive. We talk about next man up philosophy, and they lived that today. We had a great week of preparation, our best week of practice we've had. I thought our coaches did a really good job during the week. There's some things we got to clean up in the game, but I thought our coaches did a great job during the week getting our guys prepared, and I'm proud of them. I thought getting off to the quick start was huge. We took the ball, which is something we usually don't, and we somehow overcame a snap that went about 30 yards behind our head and still got 3 points out of the drive. And we continued to roll. I think we only punted one time in the first half. Lafayette was averaging, I think, 28 points a game in the first half. We held them to 3. And, you know, I thought defensively, I was really proud of how we performed. I mean, you know, I thought schematically we did a really good job. That's the best offense in our league statistically coming in. They were really balanced. I think we held them to about 100 yards rushing, and they've got some running backs that I'm really impressed with. That's not just me talking. I think they're really good football players. Thought we had some really key individual performers. This was a team win, but there's some key individual performers. You know, defensively, talking about Kyler Knudsen. You know, he came here as a walk-on receiver. He has an interception that pretty much sealed the game. A couple PBUs, 7 tackles. I mean, I can't say enough about him. He earned a scholarship today. I told him he walked on. He started the game as a walk-on. He ended it on scholarship. So, but I'm proud for him. Tron Folsom, another double-digit tackle performance. Melvin Tyus, really the only veteran guy we had back there in the secondary, did a good job communicating us, getting us lined up, and he had the game-winning pick. Hunter Reese continues that streak, that long, I think 17 games in a row now for tackles for loss, which is impressive. And then offensively, if you look at what Sawyer did, go 18 of 22, you know, think about how far he's come. Really since the Liberty game. I think a lot of credit needs to go to Sean Reagan. A lot of credit needs to go how he's prepared. And then BJ set a school record, 5. This is the hardest one too now. He goes five games in a row, 100+, and he's beat up. He barely practiced this week. So, and then, you know, what can you say about Damian Willis? I think he's been the best player on the field 2 games in a row. I mean, that's my opinion. But what he did against South and what he did here today, and what makes me really pleased with that is and I told our players this, he's been our best practice player this whole 2018 season, going back to 15 spring practices, however many practices you get in fall camp, all the way through. And I think it's a great lesson, not only to people on our football team, but athletes everywhere. If you just continue to chop wood and you do what's asked of you over and over again and you perform in practice, man, good things happen. And here he is. I mean, he's got to be the Sun Belt Player of the Week unless somebody else did something freakish that I didn't see. But that was impressive, over 200 yards, and like I said, and then Tyler Sumter, you know, he's been consistent for us all year. But that was he had a great performance and played a big role in the game today. So I know that was a lot, but with that, I'll open up questions.
When you mentioned Knudsen, what's Sedarius's issue?
Yeah, Sedarius got a little bit of a hip issue, and it kind of showed up after the South game. We really didn't know if he was going to play or not. Did not practice all week, and he got up. He just didn't feel like he could do it. Really tight. We're going to send him to Birmingham on Monday, and hopefully no more after that. I don't think it's a season-ending injury, but it's in his hip, and we'll know more about it after he goes to Birmingham on Monday.
And then wondered if you would expand a little bit more on Knudsen.
Yeah, you know, I'm proud of the kid. You know, this is a played for Bob Spire, who's a friend of mine at North Gwinnett High School, and was an inside receiver. and came here and he redshirted, and he did some really good things as an inside receiver, and our numbers got low at safety, and we put a lot of our scholarship numbers in defensive line. We just got low the summer before last, and he was down at the Beach Project. It was a campus outreach. It's a ministry they do in Panama City, and Coach Vic said, "Hey, can you move to safety?" Now this is going into the summer of 17. And he said, "Oh yeah, if I can go to fall camp." He wasn't going to come to fall camp as an inside receiver, as a safety. He was going to come to fall camp. He comes in, all of a sudden he's on some special teams. And then this year, I don't know if y'all been paying attention or not, he's been playing about 15, 20 snaps a game. Great family, and seriously, I told him after the game, "You earned a scholarship. We don't give them out around here," and he earned it. And that was the first game he started, and he's been a really good player for us. And I was just happy. I think it's a great story.
And again, you mentioned Melvin Tyus
Mm-hmm.
being about the only old head.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, if you think about it,
You guys even practice.
yeah. So if you look at it, in the secondary, here's who played today: Terrence Dunlap, who I thought is growing up, man. He's as athletic as anybody in our program. But I think we talked about him on Monday at the presser. You and I did. It's new to the position. He played everywhere but corner pretty much at Maplesville, and so he's just now getting confidence. And he made some great plays on the ball today. And we played a lot more man coverage and allowed him to do that. And then Will Sunderland, we moved him outside and had played there since he played at Oklahoma a couple years ago. And I thought he did a good job. And then over on the other side, you got Blaise, who's finally playing healthy. So he's a veteran. And then at safety, Melvin was the only guy that had really a lot of playing experience. And I thought he did a great job in practice this week. Bounced back. He didn't play very well the week before at South. Bounced back and did a good job communicating. He was a captain for the game, and just because he's looked at as a leader, like people look up to him. He's a guy that does the right things on and off the field, and and that's the other guys that played at safety behind Kyler. Kyle Nixon played a lot of snaps, and then T.J. Harris, a true freshman, played his really first number of snaps defensively. He's been on special teams.
Coach, I believe it was when the snap went over the head. I think it was, I don't know what down it was, but in 30. What was the message into Sawyer saying just go for it? He really had a great throw there.
He did. Damian did a good job making a play, and Sawyer, we had good protection. I got a call sheet that has down and distance situations on it. We don't have one that says whatever 2nd and 30, whatever that. We don't have. That's not on our sheet. So we just figured we alerted the play. We did a check with me on the sideline. Saw they were in a look where they were playing Damian 1-on-1. So we just want to take a shot. And Sawyer's done a good job with that last 2 weeks. Damian went up and made a play, and we got a lot of confidence in him. Y'all understand why after the last 2 weeks. But I thought that was a huge play in the game because we kind of rolled the dice, taking the ball coming out because we won the toss, and for whatever reason, Crumedy was a little bit off today. We ended up putting Bradshaw in just because the snaps are, high, and he really hadn't had that issue. Going back to the bowl game last year, he snapped one, hit about the top of the Superdome. But since then, he's been real solid. But for whatever reason, and that's hard. People don't understand. I mean, it's not natural to look behind look between your legs and try to snap the ball. It's a difficult deal. But that was a huge play in the game because it got us moving, got us in field goal range.
Now that it's shown that there's a need for it, might you add one that says 2nd and 35?
No, I probably hope not. I'll try to stay as much as I can, Stacey. We're going to try to stay out of that.
I guess Marcus Jones, what's his status, and did that make any changes in regard to kickoffs and punts?
It did. We and I thought Terrence Dunlap did a great job in the punt return game. Kickoff return, we just didn't block it very well. This was as well as we played, and I thought we did some good things on the punt team. But we were one of the top teams in the country in special teams efficiency coming into the game. Really been a strength of ours all year. So as good as we played on defense, really as positive as we played at times offensively, special teams we just didn't. And our kickoff team and our kickoff return team, that's the worst we've done on both units really all year, especially kickoff. We got to look at some personnel on that team. And then our field goal team was good. Our punt team really saved, especially at the end there. Tyler did a great job, but we've done a great job on punt all year. But we're affected, because I think Marcus is one of the best guys in the country at kickoff return, so it affected us some. But he's got a clavicle injury. We do anticipate him coming back. Don't necessarily believe it'll be next week, but I think he's got a chance to play in the regular season still.
DJ Smith, You said the record, it's an incredible record, breaking the
It is.
record. Can you kind of allude how it's been to this team this year? I mean, going down so many injuries, really constant,
Yeah,
games.
you know, the thing that's good, and whether you all care or not, I think it speaks well to what we're doing outside of football, is a lot of these guys you guys are asking me about, they're some of the best kids or people. They're not kids anymore, I guess, but they're best guys that we have in our program. Damian Willis, okay, he's done everything we've asked him to do since he's been here. All right, B.J. Smith, same thing. Does everything we ask him to do and more. All right. Talk about Kyler Knudsen, what a story. Melvin Tyus, I put him right in there with B.J. and Damian Willis, Terrence Dunlap. All those guys y'all are asking me, I mean, those are not only great football players, they're really good students. They do a good job on campus. They're guys that are doing the right things. But B.J.'s been consistent for us. You know, it's crazy you think about it. You know, Adam keeps me kind of informed on some of this. Been playing football here for over 100 years. You know, they've had multiple option teams, but for him to be the first one that's done 100 yards, 5 games in a row, it's impressive.
Any chance Bradford's going to play defense after that tackle?
Bradshaw, yeah,
He tackled, right?
yeah. Well, I'd rather him kick the ball in the end zone so we don't have to tackle. But I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good eye that you had too, because he did a good job keeping the guy. He did a good job keeping the guy in front of him on one, all right, and getting him down. And slowing, he didn't really get him down, but he slowed him down for somebody else. But on the other one, on the first one after we kicked the field goal, he did a great job using the sideline, which is something we actually worked. So it was good. We got to do a better job overall kickoff team, though. Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks.
Good players.
Have a great night.